On a calm November morning, fans opened Weverse to find a new post from Jimin. Simple, soft, and unexpected. No promotions, no announcements. Just a quiet collection of sky photos and a few poetic lines that felt like a whisper to the world. It was enough to shift the tone of the entire fandom's day. Jimin uploaded 3 photographs: a pale blue horizon, a cloud streak shaped like a brushstroke, and the glow of late afternoon sun resting on the edge of a roof. His caption read like a journal entry, reflective, calm, and intimate. He wrote about how the sky changes without asking for attention, yet always gives comfort. These words immediately became the center of conversations online. Army from different time zones flooded Weverse. Some wrote essays, others shared drawings inspired by the sky photos, and many simply said, "Thank you for showing us your world today." For a fandom that had missed Jimin's voice during his quiet military period, this update felt like a warm letter sent across the distance. Within hours, Korean entertainment platforms began reporting on the post. Headlines described his words as poetic, soulful, and unexpectedly healing. Journalists noted how effortlessly Jimin transformed a simple scene into something meaningful, almost cinematic. This moment wasn't just a celebrity posting a sky photo. It was Jimin returning to one of the things fans love most about him: his ability to turn the ordinary into art. Music critics have long described Jimin as someone who sees emotion in small details, and this post seemed to prove that again. International media soon joined in. Articles in India, Japan, and the US highlighted how Jimin's reflections touched fans worldwide. His words were translated into Spanish, Indonesian, Arabic, and Portuguese by fan accounts within minutes. The sky he photographed in Korea became the sky everyone wanted to appreciate that day. November is a transitional month. Colder weather, earlier sunsets, a sense of change for many fans. Jimin's post felt symbolic. It arrived at a time when people were preparing for BTS's approaching reunion and the emotional uncertainties of the year's end. His words became a reminder to slow down. Even though Jimin rarely posts during military service, when he does, it reveals something gentle about his current state of mind. Peaceful, observant, thoughtful. Fans commented that his reflection sounded like someone finding beauty despite busyness, someone still deeply connected to the world around him. Despite no new music release or promotional activity, Jimin's simple Weverse message trended globally on multiple platforms. This small moment reinforced his influence as an artist whose presence is felt even in stillness. Jimin doesn't need noise to be impactful. A whisper from him reaches millions. As the day ended, fans continued sharing sky photos from their own cities, tagging them with messages like, "Jimin, this is our sky today." The post, small as it was, connected people. It reminded them that beauty still exists in everyday life, and that Jimin, even in silence, continues to guide them gently toward it. His autumn sky message felt like a quiet promise. He's still here, watching, feeling, and sharing pieces of his heart with those who wait for him. Jimin woke up on November 12th, not expecting any grand headline. For him, it was just another quiet military morning. Cold air, early roll call, and the same disciplined routine. But while he was tying his boots, the notification popped up on the barracks bulletin screen. Park Jimin ranks #1 on today's K-pop brand reputation index. He blinked in disbelief, outwardly calm, but inside, something warm flickered. He never chased numbers, but numbers that appeared even when he was gone. That meant the world was still thinking of him, still waiting. During lunch break, he sat quietly with his metal tray, wondering something he never said aloud. Do they still play my songs even now? He remembered the song that first cracked his own heart before cracking the world's. A fellow soldier leaned over and whispered, "Private Park, my sister still streams your song every night." Jimin smiled softly. He didn't know it then, but that sentence would stay with him all day. Inside the base, he was just Private Park. Outside, the world was buzzing. His name, his voice, his era. Fans posted thousands of messages. He's still our unbeatable vocalist. Even during enlistment, he dominates. We miss him, but the world hasn't moved on. Jimin didn't see all of these, of course. but he felt them. The universe has a way of whispering back to those who give it their heart. That night, during cleaning duty, he remembered something Jungkook once told him. "Hyung, you don't know your power. You move people without even trying." He laughed quietly to himself. Jungkook was always blunt like that, raw, honest, overflowing with instinct. He wondered how the others were doing. In Namjoon's calm reassurances, Yoongi's quiet strength, Hoseok's warmth, Jin's brotherly teasing, Taehyung's gentle humor, Jungkook's youthful fire. The ache hit deeper than he expected. Later that night, Namjoon's old voice recording replayed in his mind. One RM sent long before enlistment. "Jimin, even when we pause, the world doesn't forget us, don't doubt. Your place." Those words wrapped around him now, almost prophetic. He whispered back into the darkness. "Hyung, I'm trying." The thing about success is that it feels different in silence, and stage lights, and screams, and choreography to perfect, and studio energy. Just Jimin, the quiet soldier. And yet, the world still crowned him #. He wondered if the members felt this too. This surreal experience of being everywhere while physically nowhere. Jimin writes sometimes, not letters for fans, but letters he keeps, a letter to BTS. "I miss laughing with you. The world is loud, but it's quieter without your voices beside me." A letter to ARMY. "Thank you for not leaving, even when I disappeared." A letter to himself. "You are allowed to shine, even when you are not on stage." He folds each one carefully and hides them in his locker. One day, he'll show them, but not YET. BY evening, another soldier approached him. "Private Park, there's talk that BTS may reunite right after all of you finish service." Jimin froze, not from shock, but from longing. The idea of all 7 on one stage again, it was almost too much to picture. He whispered, "That would be nice." But in his eyes, it was more than nice. It was home. Even with today's victory, Jimin carries a fear he never shares. What if the world moves on before BTS returns? But today proved something different. Numbers don't lie, charts don't lie, hearts don't lie. The world wasn't moving on. They were circling, waiting, watching. The name Jimin still echoed. The name BTS, even louder. Before lights out, he stood by the small barracks window. Cold November air seeped through the glass. He looked up at the night sky. The same sky ARMY was looking at, and he whispered a promise only the moon heard. "When I return, I'll sing like I've never sung before, for me, for them, for BTS." It wasn't just a promise, it was a vow, the kind only Jimin could make. Quiet, heartfelt, unshakable. That night, Jimin lay on his narrow military bed, staring at the ceiling. The room was silent, soldiers already asleep. Yet inside his mind, memories played like a private concert. He saw himself on stage, the spotlight warm on his skin. He heard ARMY screaming his name, the roar vibrating through his bones. He remembered the way the other BTS members would glance at him during performances, trusting him, relying on him, loving him like family. These memories didn't make him sad, they made him realize something. He wasn't afraid of disappearing. He was afraid of not being able to give enough when he came back. And that fear, he knew, would push him to rise even higher.